Hello everyone! Today you're going to learn how to draw a two-point perspective city. Here is an example of what you're going to have by the end of this project. Now your project will be on larger paper. Your project can be shaded like mine is, or you can color it in with colored pencil. In addition to this video that you're watching right now, you're also going to have access to this two-point perspective city packet. In it are step-by-step directions on how to draw anything you would need, from buildings, sidewalks, roads, to extra little details like stoplight, windows, doors, trees, things like that. Each of you will have access to this packet while you're practicing and during your project. Okay, first thing you need is a piece of paper. You need that turned horizontally on your paper or landscape style. You also need a pencil with a decent eraser because we are going to be erasing a lot. And you need a ruler. The numbers or letters on the ruler are not necessary. Okay, let's go ahead and start by writing your name somewhere small on the page. And then let's flip that over. Most of the lines we draw for this project we are going to need a ruler for, so you're going to get nice and comfortable with moving the ruler around on your paper, holding it steady, and then drawing the line. So now I want you guys to draw a horizon line toward the top of your paper just like I did. This line represents the separation between the sky up top and the land below. Now if at any time during this video you need to pause so that you can draw, go ahead and feel free to do that. Okay, we're going to have two vanishing points for this project because it is called a two-point perspective city. These are the 2 points that's referring to. These are called vanishing points. Our lines that we draw to make things look 3D will go to either of these lines. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is start off with a building in the corner or in the center of our building, but we're going to be seeing the corner of that building. So draw a line about 2 inches long right there in the middle. Then we're going to take our ruler and pencil, draw a line to this dot, and then the same to the other side. Okay, now we're going to add the walls or the wall edges. And this line that we draw here has to be nice and vertical. Vertical means straight up and down. One way to test that is to set your ruler against this original center line and then just scoot your ruler over without tilting it to get a nice vertical. You do not want your vertical lines to be tilted in any direction because then your building will look like it's lopsided. You don't want that for this project. Okay, now for the roof. We're going to take this line to this dot, this side over here, so that they crisscross each other. And that's a building, or really just a basic cube. So from here on out, I need you to go ahead and erase these 2 lines up top here. And these 2 over here. Now for this project, it's going to be really smart of you to draw soft because like I said, there is a lot of erasing, and the softer you draw, the better you will be able to hide all of those marks that we don't need. Okay, so there's our first building. We're going to go ahead and add a sidewalk and a road to this. So we're lining our ruler up here and extending this line. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So just extending those lines. We're going to draw a new line underneath each of these, kind of close to that other one. That's going to be a sidewalk. Same on this side over here. Now a couple more lines. This is going to be a street. And then one more over here for a sidewalk. So we have a sidewalk, street, sidewalk. We need the same on this side. So again, sidewalk, street, sidewalk. Now what we're going to do is add a few street details before we move on. One popular look for your street is to add a crosswalk. That would be in here where pedestrians walk. One good way to do that would be to, again, line your ruler up here with this vanishing point, and we're going to draw a series of short lines in between here and here. So like that. I'm going to continue on. Each time I'm realigning my ruler to make sure it is on the vanishing point. If you didn't use the vanishing point, these lines we're making would not be at the correct angle. Now it kind of looks like I separated my lines a little bit more and more as I went forward to my paper, and that's because as things go back into space, they should appear smaller, and as things get closer to you, they should appear larger. Now what you can do here is kind of color in these areas, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can, so it's kind of a sloppy copy for me. But you could go ahead and take your time and color each of these little blocks in. And then again, erase the extra lines that are no longer needed. Okay, and then I'm going to repeat those same steps on the other side of the page, or the other side of the road. This time using my opposite vanishing point. Okay, so there's a basic pedestrian crosswalk for your road. Feel free to look up on your Chromebooks for other pedestrian crosswalks, other things that you may like. Another feature we could add would be like a manhole cover. You can add like some little dots here to make them look like the screws in the cover. And I drew an oval because if we were looking at it at an angle, it would be an oval. If we were looking at this manhole cover from directly above, it would look like a circle. You can do anything here also. We can round off our sidewalks. So kind of like that. You can get rid of these lines if you'd like. The more realistic this city looks, the better for your grade. So there's going to be a lot of things we're going to add. A lot of unique little things you can add to yours. Some things like that. Now another popular thing to add would be the sidewalk lines. So you know, when you're walking down the sidewalk, it's broken up into little sections. If you wanted to draw that, you would still have to use the vanishing point. Add some lines there and there. The lines can get further away from each other as they go more toward the bottom of the page to make an illusion that they're close to you. Add some back in here. Kind of depends on how far back you want to go. I know that's getting really detailed. Maybe that isn't totally necessary. And again, I'm readjusting my ruler on my vanishing point with every single line I draw. Okay, and you kind of get the idea with that. You would do the same thing on the other side of the sidewalks, but using this vanishing point. Now from here on out, we need to add a couple more buildings. So with your ruler nice and vertical, draw a line right there, end it before you hit the horizon line. Now the bottom line is going to the vanishing point, and we need a line there at the top. And then again, now from here and here, both going to this vanishing point. For that one, you're just going to stop when you hit your building. Okay, now the edges of our building, another vertical line. And this is a tiny little area, so let's just put one in here, right about there. Now for the roof, just like we did the roof to the first building, we're going to take this corner to the opposite vanishing point. And then same thing over here, but opposite, over to this side. And then we can go ahead and erase any of those unwanted lines. And then the last building I'm going to show you for this practice page is a taller building. So let's go right over here, drawing a nice tall line. Bottom corners to the vanishing point here, and then the vanishing point here. This one's already drawn for us. It's the sidewalk, and then one up top down to this point. And then the wall edges. Nice vertical line, nice vertical line. And the great thing about drawing tall buildings is that we don't have to do anything for the roof, because the roof of the building is above our vanishing point, so we can't see it. But we do have to erase the horizon line here. So that's all you would do for a taller building. So good luck. I want you guys to try to get that done today. Refer to your packet if you are struggling. Ask me for help if you are struggling. If you feel like you got the hang of it, feel free to go ahead and move ahead using that packet.